Hey everyone, this is Troy Hippolito with Returning Client, and I wanted to do a pretty quick video on LinkedIn and just come to primary sections. It's not going to be about everything, but it's going to be a short version of how some of these sections work, and we'll have a longer version for some of the paid clients. But I thought it would be good just to give a quick breakdown of the importance of some of these sections here. The first page we're going to look at is the home page. When you log in, this is usually the first page that you see. You notice that there's a news feed here, and this is really important because once you have this feed, you actually want to interact with certain posts and that sort of thing, like for two-way traffic, and that's very important to kind of like the things that you actually like, to actually contribute and that sort of thing. People will actually get to know you; they'll be more familiar with you, and it's much easier to convert to any of your business needs and that sort of thing. People end up trusting you and know that you do kind of good quality work. There's three different sections that use post. There's a home page, which is the kind of the main feed. There are the groups, and we'll get there in a section. And there's your company page. We won't talk about the company page too much, but we'll talk about the groups. And so right here, end up going to there by selecting work, and then you click on groups, and you'll end up coming to the list of groups that you have. And if you scroll down, you can run a search if you're actually looking for a particular group, and depending on what features are being, what features are being shared at the time, because LinkedIn makes a lot of changes. Usually on the bottom, there's a way to search for it. And then my group is actually linkedin.com/groups, and the group number I have is 122473332. And you can take a look at it in the video. I built this group about 2 weeks ago. I have 50 or 60 members on it. I'm trying to grow it organically, very slowly. I'm adding tips and tricks, and that's why I kind of do these videos in the first place. And so groups is a very important way to do that. You can definitely talk about what's happening here and then repost it to certain groups if you see value in that, or if there's some relevance in that as well. And so by having two-way traffic, you end up going to the notifications. Once you have any interaction with any of the posts that either you upload or you contribute to, it ends up in this section here. And so it's very important to kind of know that the notifications kind of show you when there's birthdays, there's new job events, any interaction with any of your posts, when there's a new member in your group, the group that you're handling, that sort of thing. And so it's more of a communication area for that. But the notifications and the messaging area are probably the two largest areas that you're always going to touch base along with the home page. Another thing too is my network. We'll get through that just real quick before we go on to messaging. And I have, I think, 16 invites a day. This is where the people ask you to connect, and you can definitely right click on there and view that profile and see if you want to accept them or not. You probably want more quality than quantity. You have a lot of people that either do exactly the same thing you do that you can partner with, or you kind of don't want to deal with. And then you also have other individuals that maybe you want to work with. So you want to kind of pick the invitations that make sense. And I always right click and look at their profile to do that. There's lots of other things in here, but I won't get into it right now. The other thing is actually talking about the messaging area. So I spend about an hour a day. No, it's not true. Maybe about 30 minutes a day replying to these properly. But I get quite a few replies. I get maybe 30 or 50 replies a day. And so I actually go through this and interact with individuals on LinkedIn this way. If it's appropriate, I will set up meetings or have conversations or provide information or whatever I can do to help that individual. Even if I'm not doing business with them, if I can kind of guide them in the right direction or give them my advice on their particular needs, I will do the best I can. And so it's really about being helpful and have value to that individual. If that individual has no value, does not perceive any value in that relationship, they shouldn't connect with you. And if they do, you're kind of you need to know when you're kind of wasting your time or not. But always be polite. And every single message, if I don't really know that person that well because I have a lot of connections, I'll do a right click and check his profile again and look through the messages and that sort of thing. Very, very important for a lot of the communications. The other section is actually your home section here. When people connect with you, they tend to look at your home page, and there's a lot of techniques in order to clarify what you're doing. I actually post information. I have how many views you have. You can right click, or you can not right click. You can click that to kind of view what's happening recently and how many views you're getting, and then your history and that sort of thing. It's very, very important to have a nice, clean profile and it to be worded in a section that kind of makes sense. For example, I have material that I uploaded. I also have my about section to be very, very clean and concise, and talk about what I'm doing, how I'm doing, how to contact me, what we do differently, and then some of the things that we've done. So you want to have a really nice, clean profile. The other section I want to talk about is a paid service. It's called Sales Navigator, and this is actually where we do a lot of the searching criterias based on region, the level of connection, particular industries, size of company, senior level or seniority level I'm targeting, and then how I'm actually doing how long they've been in company. There's a few advanced filters there. And so I use this because I want to find very, very specific people that I want to engage with and talk about. You have second level, first level. First level is the ones that are already in your main network, and the third levels are ones that are way out. And so there's different ways to approach all those individuals and conversations in order to engage those individuals and that sort of thing. And if you have any questions, just post a note on the video, and I will do my best to kind of reply to you. All right. And also feel free to connect with me. I think my LinkedIn has said my first and last name is right here. And so it's, I think on the post, you can find me that way as well. All right. Thank you very much, and have a great day.